as we do business for the city and make decisions, Lord. Please be the guide of each one of those. And we ask, Lord, that you keep your hand upon our police, our fire, our safety, our soldiers abroad. Lord, we ask all this in Jesus' name.
Amen.
All right, we have a quorum, so I will call this meeting to order and ask the clerk for a roll call.
Brett Parker.
Here.
Cindy Wood.
Here.
Bonnie Winkler.
Here.
Donnie England.
Here.
Hazel Riley.
Here.
Karen Roach. Linda Smith.
Here.
Jerry Bradley.
Here.
Tammy Slinker.
Here.
David Stewart.
Here. All right, you have a copy of your minutes in your packet from last month's meeting. You can look over them. Now I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Make a motion to approve.
Motion to approve minutes made by Donnie England,
Second.
second by Hazel Riley. Motion's been made and seconded. Is there any discussion? If not, I'll ask for a voice vote. All approved, yes.
Yes.
Any opposed? Minutes will stand approved. Next up, the financial report. You have a copy of that in your packet as well. At this time, I'll introduce our new part-time treasurer, Mr. Bob Sile, and let him speak on the financial reports.
That's a simple statement. At the close of 2022, the state of the city financials is good. Expected revenues are sufficient to cover our budgeted obligations. The 2022 budget reconciliation, or budget cleanup, as some of you call it, will be on February's agenda. And prior to that, there'll be a budget committee meeting to discuss it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now, entertain a motion to approve. Second, Jerry Bradley made the motion. Tammy Slinker second. Is there any discussion? If not, I'll ask for a voice vote. All approved?
Yes.
Yes. Any opposed? Financial record will be approved. You also have in your packet a copy of committees and commissions. If you have any questions about those, please catch me after the meeting. Discuss those, work on those. Department reports. Chief Redmond, do you have anything?
I have nothing, sir.
Chief Kemper, do you have anything? Nothing. Committee reports. I won't show anything from the committees. Do we have any ward reports? Then we'll go on to unfinished business. We have a condemnation report for 517 Ellis. I'll ask Captain Henry to speak on this.
Actually, there was the council, if y'all remember, tabled the motion for 90 days to give Mr. TV here who's up front.
That was 507
Right. I mean, it should be 575.
Okay. That was changed as 507 Pine instead of 517 Ellis.
But he's here to speak. He was set to report back and report to the
They
council.
just, the probate's taking a lot longer than we expected, but I've got a contract to buy it, we're just waiting for probate to finish. So I will come in. But the house is locked up, so nobody can get in.
Captain Henry, what's your recommendation?
I mean, I'm okay with that. That's what we've talked several times, and I think he's doing his due diligence the best he can. And I do understand my limited knowledge that sometimes probate may take 3 months to where it may take 3 years, but hopefully what he's saying, he's keeping on top of it and it's moving along. So, I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to giving him 90 more days to try to get all this settled and take possession of the property.
I'll make the motion.
Jason Stewart made a motion to give Mr. Goody 90 more days.
Second.
And Linda Smith second. Have any discussion on that?
Do you know if they've actually filed the probate yet?
Well, Mr. Brad, he's the owner's son. He said that he's got it, he's working on it, but when we signed the contract and sent it over to Billy Joe called me and said that there was more heirs than just Brad's dad, and they might have passed away as well. So when we thought that his dad was the only owner, there was more than just him, so that's what they're working on now.
I mean, I understand that kind of stuff, and that's just, you can't help that, as long as it stays closed up.
Yeah, it's closed up.
Keep it checked,
And
make
it
sure
does
nobody's
not
getting in
need to
there
be
and doing
condemned. It's a
stuff or
good
anything.
house.
Keep it out, that stuff.
How many more months do you think you need?
Well, I talked to him, he said, just see if we can get a little bit more time, but I don't know exactly, just because when, Billy Joe called me, that I don't know if those people are alive or not, so, but, he said he does have somebody working on it, Mr. Bragg. So, but once I get it in my possession, it won't take me 2 or 3 months to finish.
Any other discussion?
As long as there's work going on to.
Yeah,
Get
I'm not
possession,
dragging my
legal
feet, I
possession,
promise.
and then, yeah.
I call them every once in a while and just keep trying to push it, but,
I'd like to make a motion.
It's already been made.
Oh, has it? Well, good. Oh, it's already been made a second.
Discussion. Not any more discussion? Then I'll ask for a voice vote. All in favor?
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Any opposed?
thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right, now we're on to new business. The first one is an ordinance to amend, ordinance 646/2018, providing for the duties of and compensation of the city treasurer. I'll ask our, city clerk, Hunter Big, to read the ordinance.
An ordinance to amend ordinance number 646/2018, providing for the duties and compensation of the city treasurer. Be it ordained by the city council of the city of Trumann, Arkansas, whereas section 5 of ordinance 646/2018 reads as follows. Section 5, compensation of city treasurer, the salary of the city treasurer shall be set by the city council and reviewed on an annual basis. The city council hereby sets the salary of the treasurer at $200 gross pay per month. Whereas section 5 of ordinance 646/2018 shall be amended to read as follows. Section 5, compensation of city treasurer, the salary of the city treasurer shall be set by the city council and reviewed on an annual basis. The city council hereby sets the salary of the city treasurer at $400 gross pay per month. Whereas all parts of the previous ordinances in effect which conflict with this ordinance are superseded by the provisions in this ordinance. Now therefore an emergency is hereby declared to exist, and this ordinance being necessary for the immediate preservation of public peace, health, safety, shall take effect immediately upon its passage and approval. Passed and approved on this 10th day of January 2023.
All right, do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion. I'll second it.
Motion made by Tammy Slinker, second by Jerry Bradley. We have any discussion? All right, ask Mr. Big to take a roll call vote.
Jerry Bradley,
4,
Tammy Slinker,
4,
Brett Parker,
4.
Cindy Wood,
4.
Lonnie Winkles, 4, Donnie England,
4.
Hazel Riley,
4.
Linda Smith,
4.
Jerry Bradley, 4, Tammy Slinker, I've already done it. Jason Smith.
At this time, I'll entertain a motion to suspend the rules and read the ordinance by title only for second and third readings.
Make a motion.
Linda Smith makes a motion,
Second.
and Bonnie Winkle second. Mr. Big, will you read the second reading by title only, please?
An ordinance to amend ordinance number 646/2018, providing for the duties and compensation of city treasurer.
Vic, now let's go with the third reading, please, by title only.
An ordinance to amend ordinance number 646/2018, providing for the duties and compensation of city treasurer.
Any discussion? Vic, roll call vote, please.
Brett Parker.
Four.
Cindy Wood.
Four.
Bonnie Winkles. Four. Donnie England. Four. Hazel Riley.
Four.
Kara Roach. Linda Smith.
Four.
Jerry Bradley.
Four.
Tammy Slinker.
Four.
Jason Stewart.
Four.
Okay, that motion passed, ordinance passed, and now, do I hear a motion for the emergency clause?
I'll make a motion to have a motion.
Jason Stewart made the motion,
Second.
Linda Smith second. Any discussion? Vic, would you roll call vote, please?
Brett Parker.
Four.
Cindy Wood.
Four.
Bonnie Winkles.
Four.
Donnie England. Four. Hazel Riley.
Four.
Linda Smith.
Four.
Jerry Bradley.
Four.
Tammy Slinker.
Four.
Jason Stewart. Four.
All right, next is the ordinance supporting the adoption of APR's compensation plan for the city of Trumann. This ordinance does not remove Diamond Arkansas retirement plan. It just allows APR's to also be available. I'm asking for this for me because I'm already vested in Lofty, and APR's is reciprocal with Lofty, and it will allow me to combine my Lofty retirement along with APR's upon my retirement. And I'm gonna ask Mr. Vic to read the ordinance.
An ordinance supporting the adoption of the APR's deferred compensation plan for the city of Trumann, Arkansas. Whereas the city of Trumann, Arkansas, hereinafter referred to as the city, have determined that in order to attract and retain qualified employees, it is necessary to offer APR's compensation plan to employees and elected officials. Whereas the city wishes to participate in the APR's deferred compensation plan, which is a deferred compensation plan established for the benefit of employees or elected officials. Whereas in order to become participating employers in the plan, the city must execute an adoption agreement. Whereas the city council is authorized by law to adopt this ordinance, approving the adoption agreement. Therefore, be it ordained by the city council of Trumann, Arkansas, section 1, the city of Trumann adopt the plan. Section 2, the city acknowledge the plan administrator for the plan is the executive director. Employee Benefits Division, Department of Finance and Administration of the state of Arkansas. Section 3, the mayor of Trumann is authorized to sign the adoption agreement to the plan and by so signing be bound by the terms of the plan as stated in the adoption agreement and other plan documents. The city reserves the right to amend their election under the adoption agreement so long as the amendment is not inconsistent with the plan or internal revenue code or other applicable law and approved by the plan administrator. Section 4, the city agreed that they shall abide by the terms of the plan, including amendments to the plan made by the plan administrator, all investments, administrative, and other service agreements of the plan, and all applicable provisions of the internal revenue code and other applicable law. Section 5, the city accepts the administrative services to be provided by any service provider selected by the plan administrator. The city acknowledges that fees will be imposed with respect to the services provided and that such fees may be deducted from the participant's plan account. Section 6, the city may terminate participation in the plan, including but not limited to their contributions requirement by way of an ordinance of the city council terminating participation in the plan. The ordinance must specify when the participation will end. plan administrator shall determine whether the ordinance complies with the terms of the plan and all applicable federal and state laws. The plan administrator shall also determine an appropriate effective date and shall provide appropriate forms to terminate signing participation. However, the distributions under the plan of existing accounts, the participants will be made in accordance with the plan. Section 7, the city of Trumann acknowledges that all assets held in connection with the plan, including all contributions to the plan, all property and rights acquired were purchased by such amount, and all income attributable to such amounts. Property or rights shall be held in trust for the exclusive benefit of participants and their beneficiaries, and for deferring reasonable expense of the plan. All amounts of compensation deferred pursuant to the plan, including employer contributions, all property and acquired or purchased with such amounts, and all income attributable to such amounts, are held as part of the plan. All contributions to the plan shall be transferred to the plan custodian to be held, maintained, invested, and distributed as part of the plan's custodial account in accordance with provisions of the plan. The city must transfer all contributions to the plan custodian. All benefits under the plan shall be distributed solely from the plan's custodial account. Plan. Section 8, it is the intent of the city of Trumann that all new contributions made by the city on behalf of the employees to be made to the plan, APERS or Arkansas County Plan. Section 9, all ordinance or parts of ordinances in conflict with this ordinance are hereby repealed. Section 10, if any part of this ordinance is declared invalid or unconstitutional for any reason, such declaration shall be used to invalidate or impair the validity, force, or effect on any other part of this ordinance.
That's the ordinance read, and we will have a motion.
I make a motion that we accept this, please.
Motion made by Tammy Slinger,
I second it.
second by Gary Bradley. Any discussions?
One question, just to make sure that I understood, earlier. This is gonna be either or, the actual participant has an, they can choose whether they use acres or others on that, correct? Right. So it's a choice and not superseding or taking place. Right.
Any other questions? I ask for a roll call vote, please.
Gary Bradley,
Four.
Tammy Slinger,
Four.
Brett Parker, Cindy Wood,
Four.
Bonnie Winkle,
Four.
Donnie England,
Four.
Hazel Riley,
Four.
Linda Smith,
Four.
Jason Stewart.
I'll entertain a motion to suspend the rules and read the ordinance by title only for second and third reading.
Make a motion.
Motion made by Linda Smith,
Second.
second by Bonnie Winkle. Any discussion? Mr. Vick, will you roll call vote, please, sir?
Brett Parker, Cindy Wood,
Four. Four.
Donnie England,
Four.
Hazel Riley,
Four.
Linda Smith,
Four.
Gary Bradley,
Four.
Tammy Slinger, and Jason Stewart.
Four.
Will you read it for the third time, please, sir, title only?
An ordinance supporting the adoption of the APERS Deferred Compensation Plan for the city of Trumann, Arkansas.
Any other discussion? That was the second. Now we read it for the third time by title only.
An ordinance supporting the adoption of the APERS Deferred Compensation Plan for the city of Trumann, Arkansas.
Any discussions? Do I hear a motion?
So,
Jason Stewart, make a motion. Bonnie Winkle, second. Any other discussion? Mr. Vick, will you roll call vote, please?
Jason Stewart,
four.
Bonnie Winkle,
Four.
Brett Parker, Cindy Wood,
Four.
Donnie England,
Four.
Hazel Riley,
Four.
Linda Smith,
Four.
Gary Bradley,
Four.
Tammy Slinger.
This time, because of the timing of it, I guess, being the first month, I'm going to entertain a motion for emergency clause, so this can begin this month. We can't do that.
It's not written into the ordinance, so with the passage of the last vote, this will go into effect.
So this was passed, it was approved, and it will go into effect in 30 days. So that's, I'm learning. I'm learning. Ma'am,
You're doing good.
the next thing on the agenda is resolution number 1196, 2023. It's fire station architecture contract. This is authorizing the mayor to approve the contract for the architect design for the fire department building. This contract fee is part of the total cost for the construction of the fire station. This will allow court architects to begin their work, and they will be getting paid as they did the work. They did the work contracted. This would not be paid all at one time. This will also allow the work to begin to get us ahead of the game and we'll wait on USDA on. You've got a copy of the contract in your packet, and I would ask Mr. Big if he would read the resolution.
A resolution authorizing the mayor of the city of Trumann to approve the contract for the architect and design of the Trumann Fire Department building. Whereas the city of Trumann, Arkansas placed bids for the architectural, engineering, and design of the fire station for the fire department. Whereas Ford Architects, PLC of Memphis, Tennessee, submitted the lowest acceptable bid for the architect and design of the Trumann Fire Station. Whereas the tornado of December 10th, 2021 destroyed the Trumann Fire Station building. Therefore, be it resolved that the Trumann City Council hereby declares that the mayor is authorized to execute the contract for architect and design for the fire station. The contract is $482,650.91.
Do I hear a motion to approve this
Make
resolution?
motion.
Donnie England made the motion.
I second.
Brad had a second. Any discussion? Mr. Big, would you do a roll call vote, please?
Donnie England,
Four.
Jerry Bradley,
Four.
Brett Parker, Cindy Wood,
Four.
Bonnie Winkle,
Four.
Hazel Riley,
Four.
Linda Smith,
Four.
Tammy Swinger,
Four.
Jason Stewart.
Resolution passes. It is a resolution, so it's not required to be read 3 times. Just go into effect immediately. All right, the next one on the agenda is the resolution number 1197-2023. It's Arkansas Natural Resources Commission. This is authorizing the mayor to execute documents and funding from Arkansas Natural Resources Commission. This is funding that we would apply for to pay for, help pay for the clear tank that we've got. This is similar to a grant, but it's not actually a grant. It's 100%. It's a 100% forgivable loan. There is a sheet attached to the resolution in your packet that gives you details about this forgivable loan / grant. At this time, I'm going to ask Mr. Big if he can read the resolution.
A resolution designating and authorizing the mayor to execute certain documents in connection with funding administered by the Arkansas Natural Resources Commission. Whereas the city of Trumann, Arkansas owns and operates a water system in order to provide water service to meet the needs of the city and its inhabitants. And whereas the city council has determined that it is in the best interest of the city and its inhabitants to apply for assistance from the Arkansas Natural Resource Commission, the ANRC, in order to make certain improvements to the system. Now therefore be it resolved by the City Council of Trumann, Arkansas, Section 1, that the mayor of the city as a signatory agent or the successor of said agent is hereby authorized and directed to make applications and assistance administered by the ANRC and to execute, when approved by City Council, a bond purchase agreement and instruments issued or made pursuant thereto on behalf of the city from time to time. Section 2, that the manager of the system as a sanitary agent or the successor of said agent is hereby authorized to execute for and on behalf of the city all of the documents and certificates required.
Any discussion? Not any discussion, I would entertain a
Make motions.
Cindy Wood makes the motion.
Second.
I'm sorry, who was that?
Second.
Linda Smith, second. Now, is there any discussion? If not, Mr. Vick, take a roll call vote, please.
Cindy Wood,
4.
Linda Smith,
4.
Brett Parker,
4.
Lonnie Winter,
4.
Donnie England,
4.
Hazel Riley,
4.
Jerry Bradley,
4.
Tammy Slinger,
4.
Jason Stewart.
4. All right, motion passes. At this time, I'm going to ask Mr. Vick to read a proclamation proclaiming January the 17th as National Day of Racial Healing in the city of Trumann.
National Day of Healing, City of Trumann Proclamation. Whereas, just like those who came before us, it is our duty to protect the children of this state and maintain communities in which they may all be given the opportunity to succeed. And whereas, we must all work earnestly to create courageous and supportive environments that acknowledge the traumatic past, promote the healing of the wounds created by racial and ethnic bias, and build an equitable and just society so that all Arkansas children can thrive. And whereas children have the right to be provided every opportunity to learn, grow, and thrive in nurturing environments that do not violate their safety, dignity, and humanity. And whereas every single person can exhibit an act of kindness to make a simple change within themselves that can have a profound effect on an entire society. And whereas if we all dedicate ourselves to the principles of truth, racial healing, and transformation, we can all bring about the necessary changes in thinking and behavior that will propel this great state towards as a unified force where racial biases will become a thing of the past, and whereas racial healing is a vital and crucial commitment to the education, social, mental, and overall well-being of all citizens in the city of Trumann, particularly children. And whereas the city of Trumann, in conjunction with other local jurisdictions throughout the state of Arkansas, acknowledges January 17th, 2023 as National Day of Racial Healing and urges all citizens to promote racial healing and transformation in the ways that are best suited for them individually as a means of working together to ensure the best quality of life for every child. Now therefore, I, J. Paul Woods, Mayor of the City of Trumann, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the laws of the state of Arkansas, do hereby proclaim January 17, 2023 as National Day of Racial Healing in the city of Trumann. And testimony that whereof I have hereunto set my hand, cause the great seal of the city of Trumann to be affixed this 17th day of January in the year of our Lord 2023.
All right, the next order of business is, it's number 7 on your agenda, some of you. This came in late, late everybody's agenda, but it's, some of you probably remember, most of them may remember. In years past, we've allowed Make-A-Wish Foundation to have a bucket brigade at the intersection of Highway 463 and Highway 69 red light. This year's is scheduled for February the 10th, from 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. Chandler Stotts has requested for this to be approved by the council for this year as well. And I'll entertain a motion.
Make a motion. Second.
Bonnie and Linda. Bonnie Winkles made the motion, and Linda Smith second. Any discussion? 463. 63 and 69.
That's the only
Same one.
They're not gonna do the Walmart intersection, that's stop right there, just up.
Isn't that all they do?
Yeah, the only one they've ever done that I know of is 463. Any other discussions? Any other discussion, voice vote, please. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That's passed. All right, the last thing on your agenda, Scotty Jones is asked to be on the agenda to speak.
Mainly have a podium up here. Is it all right if I spread out beside council here? I would like to present the information to council. I just want to read some of the Arkansas code annotated to you for informational purposes. As most of you know, I was terminated last Friday for my position of public works director for the city of Trumann. The Arkansas Municipal League Handbook of Municipal Officials has a really good section in it that speaks about particular situations involving cities and their problems and the questions it's answered. So that's one of the first parts that I go to in this book, because it gives real life scenarios and questions. So the question that was posed to the Arkansas Municipal League is who hires and fires department heads, such as me, the fire chief, the police. Section 8, mayors have the exclusive right to appoint and remove department heads, subject to a 2/3 override vote by the city council. A city council may not initiate the appointment or removal of department head under this statute 1442-110. Anybody wants to write that down? The remainder of this statute mainly involves city civil service commissions, building inspectors, and different things that doesn't have any relevance to my situation. And I'll read that to you again, straight from the code. This is the 2019. I didn't have the latest version. They changed it a couple of years. Tom may want to check this for any amendments. But once again, mayors in the city of the first class and second class and incorporated towns shall have the power to appoint and remove all department heads, including city and town marshals when an ordinance has been passed making the city and town marshal appointed, unless the city or town council shall vote by a 2/3 majority of the total membership of the council to override the mayor's action. Excuse me just for a second. Okay. This also comes from the Arkansas Municipal League Handbook of Municipal Officials. That's what I'm carrying here tonight. This is a 2004 edition because I used this when I was sued, when I was on the city council. So I had all my notes and everything, and this is the book that I use. There's a lot newer versions, and we would need to check for amendments. This is, though, information from the Arkansas Municipal League. And it talks about a supervisor, an experienced supervisor discharging an employee is the last resort measure. Caution is urged to avoid wrongful termination lawsuits. City employees should ask themselves, and the supervisor should ask themselves, if any of the following factors influence the decision to discharge the employee: race, color, sex, national origin, religion, pregnancy, age above 40, physical or mental disability, military or National Guard duty, political activity or opinion, involvement with workers' compensation proceedings, whistleblowing is protected, retaliation, and speaking on matters of public concern or exercise of constitutional or legal rights, which refers to your First Amendment rights. Unequal treatment under the law without a rational basis. Termination of an employee for any of the previous reasons or being influenced by previous reasons will likely guarantee a successful wrongful termination lawsuit. Please remember to limit your decisions to terminate an employee only to business-related reasons. Absenteeism, rule violation, insubordination, safety violations, etc. In the public session, the public is here and they are allowed to, citizens are allowed to comment on items on the agenda. I may have a person or two here that would be willing to talk and support for me and give witness and testimony. I'm asking everyone to please stay seated and not put themselves in the spotlight for me. This is my position, this is my job to do. So I greatly appreciate everyone that has showed up to support me. And if anyone has a negative reason not to reappoint me or to be against me taking the position, then I would entertain to allow them to get up and speak. They do have the right under the law during the public session. So whether they're for me or against me, I'm asking the people that's for me not to speak because I don't want them to be put in the spotlight anymore. But if anyone in this room has a reason to speak against me, I would be open to that, would be open to discussion.
And I'm also gonna make it known that you have the same right not to say anything to make yourself suspected as well.
And that's exactly what I said. If they wish to come up to speak, they can. So at this time, things are going to get really personal and particular about me and my employment and the particular situation that I'm in. That is not to be discussed in public session. And I hate that everyone has to leave the room because I wish they could stay here. But some of us have experience in this and we know that what the room is going to be limited to and the discussion that we need to have on why I was fired and why I has to be reappointed. So at this time, Jason, I'd like to make a motion.
To discuss the hiring, firing, or disciplinary employee.
Second.
Jason Stewart made the motion to go into executive session, to discuss the termination or discipline of a city employee. Linda Smith, second.
Voice vote, all in favor?
Aye.
I'd rather do this one.
Yeah, the roll call.
Well, that's what I was fixing to get at. Mr. Vicky, do a roll call, vote, please.
Jason Stewart,
Yes.
Brett Parker,
Four.
Cindy Wood,
Yes.
Bonnie Winkle.
Yes.
Donnie England,
Yes.
Hazel Riley,
Yes.
Linda Smith,
Yes.
Jerry Bradley,
Four.
Tammy Slinker.
Yes.
At this time, I'm going to ask everyone in the room to please exit. We're going to executive session.